the horoscope in the, on the internet. Nothing like this. The Word of God has hundreds of prophecies, but dozens and dozens about the first coming of Christ, the second coming of Christ, by the way, the return of geographical Israel, the return of Jerusalem as the rightful capital. It's all right there. But you only really get to see it fully when it's happened. And then you go, that is the Word of God. There is God. He is on the throne. He does know what He's saying. He spoke His Word and it's going forward. And then like Peter, we can say about the return of Jerusalem and the return of Israel, we're the only generation that can say, we now have the Word of God made more certain. For 2,800 years He told the world that geographical Israel was returning and that the language would return and the people would be restored and the borders would be narrowed and it would be so filled with people and they would come on wings of eagles. They would fly into the nation and they would populate the nation and the Gentiles would be the ones to bring them back. Isaiah 49. People say that can't be Israel because the Gentiles did it. Well, Isaiah 49 said that's exactly how it would be. So see, but we would only know that on this side. So what I said about Armageddon today is that I was just saying that this is the word, this is what it means. And if you heard me all the way through, what I said was that place is mentioned probably a dozen times in the Old Testament. But there's only one passage perhaps that speaks of end-time battle there in the Old Testament. And there's only one passage in the New Testament, Revelation 16, that appears to say that, unless you do a deeper language study. And if you look at the classical commentators and scholars, dozens and dozens of them, over the last several hundred years, they don't agree with each other on this topic either. So it's a lot of speculation involved, and I know if you've not really done that kind of research, and if you have followed one or two or three teachers that are in a certain box, and I'm not disparaging, I mean, they could be right and I could be wrong, but I'm just saying